Good morning. I wondered why everybody was sitting over there, and that's where So for the next 4 hours, you'll be I'm kidding. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Rainoni. I'm president of Mountain Gateway Community College, and it is truly a privilege to welcome you to this momentous occasion, the grand opening of the Joe Wilson Workforce Center. Today, we are not just opening a building. We're opening doors to opportunity, innovation, and a stronger future for this region. The center represents more than bricks and mortar. It represents a shared vision, a commitment to workforce development, to educational access, and to the belief that every person deserves a chance to thrive. The Joe Wilson Workforce Center is a testament to what can be achieved when a community comes together with the purpose and perseverance. The journey has been 5 years in the making. There were triumphs and, yes, frustrations along the way, including COVID. But we remain committed to the vision, and that vision has brought us here today. Let me begin by expressing our deepest gratitude to Mr. Joe Wilson. Joe, a proud son of Buena Vista, exemplifies what hard work and community spirit can accomplish. From delivering newspapers to building a successful business and real estate career, Joe's story is rooted in perseverance. His donation of the former Courtesy Motors and Roby Ford building laid the literal and symbolic foundation for this project. Joe, your belief in the community and in power of education has made this center possible. On behalf There'll be a lot more applauding. So, on behalf of the entire Mountain Gateway Community College community and the students who will walk through these doors, we thank you. We are also grateful to the many donors, foundations, government agencies, and friends who helped bring this dream to life. Together, we raised more than $7.3 million to make this project a reality. I will share more about these general supporters later in the program. Inside these walls, students will receive hands-on training in demand fields, welding, precision machining, diesel technology, construction, CDL, plumbing, and much, much more. This center more than doubles our training capacity and is built with intention to connect people directly to the careers that sustain families and build communities. We're also proud to be launching our MG Tech IT Academy here in the fall of 2025. This program will welcome high school students and fast-track them in careers in IT, cybersecurity, and cloud computing, creating clear pathways for young learners in a rapid evolving economy. The anticipated economic impact of this facility is equally exciting. We expect it to generate 168 new jobs, retain 457 existing jobs, and contribute more than $11 million in investment to the regional economy. This is not just a building. It is a catalyst for growth. The center is a cornerstone of our Stronger Workforce, Greater Community campaign. Its impact will stretch far beyond Buena Vista and the Rockbridge region. It is investment in people ready to learn, to build, and to lead. It's also a promise that no matter your background, your age, or your starting point, there is a place for you at Mountain Gateway Community College. To our Real Estate Foundation Board and our college local board, thank you for your leadership, your advocacy, and your belief in the mission. And to every supporter here today, your trust in Mountain Gateway fuels our momentum. In closing, I want to reflect on something Joe Wilson once said. It was in the press, so it must have been true. You don't have to be smarter than the next person, but you can always outwork the competition. That mindset, that spirit, is embedded in this center. It will live on in every student who trains here and in every career that begins here. Thank you for being part of this moment. Thank you for believing in Mountain Gateway, and thank you for helping us shape a stronger, brighter future for our region. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce a couple of our speakers today. My first speaker is the introduction of Dr. David Doré, who is Chancellor of the Virginia Community College System. He's been Chancellor since April 1st of 2023. He's the 10th individual to lead the system since its founding in 1966. As Chancellor, Dr. Doré provides day-to-day leadership for a system that serves more than 200,000 students annually in credit and workforce training programs, representing over 40% of all undergraduate students in Virginia. He oversees 23 independently accredited community colleges operating across 40 locations throughout the Commonwealth. Dr. Doré brings nearly 3 decades of experience in community college leadership. As a first-generation college graduate himself, as I am, he has dedicated his career to creating opportunities for learners to succeed. His work is focused on advancing access and success for diverse and historically underrepresented populations, building inclusive learning environments, and supporting economic mobility through education and workforce development. We are honored to have him here today. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor David Doré.
Thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. It is awesome to be here in Buena Vista. I come from Arizona, where they call it Buena Vista, but you call it Buena Vista. Did I do that right? Buena Vista, there we go. And these are all the smart folks over here that are in the shade, so that's pretty awesome. I just want to say that it's really an honor to be with you today for this really historic event. And you know, the pride and the sense of accomplishment that I feel here is really contagious. And it is a wonderful day for Mountain Gateway Community College and for the people that it serves. And what a marvelous and fitting use for the old Courtesy Ford dealership. This is incredible. At this location, Mountain Gateway is making good on its commitment to provide state-of-the-art workforce training in Buena Vista, Lexington, and Rockbridge County. I keep saying I come from Arizona, so it's so hard for me to pronounce it right here. Mountain Gateway, of course, will continue to offer workforce training programs on its main campus in Clifton Forge, but serving a region of 1,800 square miles, the college knew that it was time to extend these programs into this part of the service area. And the Joe Wilson Workforce Center will provide life-changing opportunities for what we call in-demand fields. And in-demand really is shorthand for the fact that there are good paying jobs out there for people who learn skills and earn valuable industry-recognized credentials. And this is a critical feature of our workforce programs, especially our fast-forward credentialing training programs. And there's a reason, and you know, they don't just come from distant meetings, you know, from some academic ivory tower. Our colleges have worked with employers in the service areas and the service regions to develop the training programs that really create skilled workers that local employees are eager to hire. And community colleges in Virginia have coordinated their planning to meet regional needs all over Virginia. And this facility will provide expanded lab and classroom spaces for training in welding, precision machining, industrial technology, building trades, diesel mechanic, CDL, electrical, plumbing, and more. And it will represent an increase, as Dr. Ranoni said, in Mountain Gateway's capacity to deliver workforce training programs by 200%, and increase college enrollment by at least 120% in these career and technical areas. Now, this would not be possible without the generous support of people like Joe Wilson. Can we give him a round of applause? You know, I've read a little bit about Mr. Wilson, and he's described as a native son of Buena Vista, who built an award-winning career in business and real estate, and a person who never forgot his roots or the value of hard work. And Joe told me that he grew up just right between those two mountains over there. Mr. Wilson, you are the best kind of friend that we could ever hope for. Thank you for helping to make this new workforce center a reality. And there are others too who made, yes, another round of applause. There are others too who made important contributions to this center, and I think John is going to have a lot more to say about them coming up. The people who invest in their local community colleges across Virginia are investing in the future of our Commonwealth. Without their support, we literally could not offer the scope and breadth of training programs that we do. And I'd ask that we think for just a moment about what's involved. Many of our workforce programs are expensive to offer. In addition to hiring expert instructors, our colleges often must invest in costly equipment and the space that houses all that equipment. The Joe Wilson Workforce Center alone stands as a $7.3 million investment. And, you know, we certainly love and care for our students who are in the academic programs and the liberal arts and who are going on to transfer. But compared to a lecture classroom, facilities like these and facilities that provide healthcare instruction using expensive medical simulators, there is a world of difference. And make no mistake, we are incredibly grateful for the support of our governor and the General Assembly. And it's so good to see Senator Head here today from our General Assembly as well. Thank you, Senator Head. You know, but our colleges, by and large, in many instances, have to rely on their own creativity and enterprise and their wonderful local educational foundations to fund and build statewide fleet of workforce training facilities like this. The local planning and fundraising and effort that happened here has happened at our community colleges all around Virginia. So when I say, Joe Wilson, we could not have done this without you, I am being completely sincere, sir. We could not have done this without you. I want to make just one more observation as I wrap up. The timing of our workforce training initiatives could not be any better. After decades of conventional wisdom that argued that a 4-year college degree was the only path to career success in this country, Americans are finally perceiving a different path. I think this new point of view has everything to do with the estimated 43 million Americans who owe almost $1.8 trillion in student debt. Now comes word of a new survey by American Student Assistance, a Boston-based nonprofit, that according to them, 70% of American teens say their parents are now supportive of them exploring other options besides a 4-year college degree. Parents are starting to realize a 4-year college degree isn't the only lucrative option for their children after high school. More high school graduates are turning toward trades, apprenticeships, or other means of post-secondary education. At Virginia's community colleges, we are making sure that we're here for those students and for those parents. You don't have to be buried under six-figure debt to build a successful family and a supporting career. The Joe Wilson Workforce Center stands as a testament to that promise, and everyone here deserves to feel pride and achievement today. And so thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this celebration.
Thank you, Chancellor. Before we introduce our next speaker, I would like to take a moment to recognize several distinguished guests who have joined us today. First, members of the Mountain Gateway Community College Local Board, Educational Foundation Board, and Real Estate Foundation Board. If you can stand or wave or dance, thank you so much for being here. As Chancellor Doré said, Senator Chris Head, thank you so much for being here. I'd also like to recognize Farara Sehar and Quinn Neary from Senator Tim Kaine's regional office. Thank you. I haven't seen him, but I think Isaac Sarver was going to be here representing Senator Mark Warner. So thank you if you are here, Isaac. I didn't see you. And I also believe that Jarrett Harlow, legislative aide to Delegate Ellen Campbell, was going to be here. So if you're in the crowd, thank you so much. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to our local elected officials, mayors, city and county representatives who are with us today. Your presence and support means a great deal to us. I now have the pleasure of introducing Carlene Cassidy. She's the CEO of the Philip E. and Carol R. Radcliffe Foundation. An entrepreneur, coach, mentor, and educator, she's dedicated to advancing programs that inspire innovation and drive job creation. Before joining the Radcliffe Foundation, Carlene was the founding director of Entrepreneurial Studies Institute at Anne Arundel Community College, where she also served as professor for 18 years. Her professional background includes over a decade in corporate leadership, including serving as partner and chief operating officer for a multi-million-dollar regional computer consulting firm. The Thunder, right? The Radcliffe Foundation was also chosen as Mountain Gateway Community College's 2024 Annual Chancellor's Award for Leadership in Philanthropy. I will say more about the Radcliffe Foundation in a couple of minutes, but we have, I wanna thank Carlene for being here, and please give a warm welcome to Carlene Cassidy.
Well, congratulations to the entire Mountain Gateway Community College community. This truly is a community initiative, but if you'll indulge me, I'm going to take a second to step back in time for a minute, talk about the present, and talk about the future. So I've known John Raioni for, I don't know, probably close to a decade, and when he approached me about this project, I happened to be traveling, and I said, sure, I'll stop by and have a look. And I walked into this building, and it looked like the abandoned building that it was. And there were, you know, hubcaps and car manuals, and honestly, it was a hot mess. And he then shared his vision. Now, John and I share a love for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. And Tom Brady, as you know, had audacious goals. And John Raioni also has audacious goals. I would say that he is your own local GOAT because he had this tremendous vision. He was very persuasive with me and others to buy into that vision and to say, this is something that can be transformational in our community if you'll come along on this journey with us. I brought that back to our board. This is a little bit outside of our geographic range typically, but we do fund. Where's the wind coming from? There. We do fund community colleges, universities, and other programs as far south as Florida, as far north as Delaware, as far west as Ohio. The primary mission of the Radcliffe Foundation is to support job creation through entrepreneurship and skilled trades training. So this workforce initiative fits and aligns very well with our mission, and I will say that John painted this amazing picture of what was possible. Now, I stopped by several months later with short notice, called him and said, hey, I'm passing through. And he said, okay, well, we're actually overworking. And I had a chance to meet Billy, and Billy and John were literally making piles of copper, and they were deconstructing the building and pulling everything of value out of that building. Now, I have met a lot of college and university presidents in my lifetime, and I will tell you, I have never met a more entrepreneurial president than Dr. John Raioni. And I have never seen a college president in jeans and a t-shirt rolling up his sleeves, following the lead of Billy and saying, we can sell this stuff. And sure enough, I think that they managed to take someone else's trash and turn it into more than $25,000 in treasure to help support this building. That's determination, that's grit, that's rolling up your sleeves and saying, let's get this done. And that is somebody as a leader who leads by example. And so I'm very appreciative of John, but I'm also appreciative of everyone here today, because the Radcliffe Foundation actually made an initial commitment to this project, and we made a second commitment, and it was because of people that are out here on this beautiful, glorious day. When John shared with me how many people from the community had made a financial commitment to this project, that is another core principle that the Radcliffe Foundation has. And that is that there's community involvement, there's stakeholders, it's employers, it's residents, it's people who buy into supporting the local community colleges Dr. DeRay just mentioned. You all demonstrate that. You actually put your money behind that messaging. And so when John shared that with me, again, I took that back to our board and said, they're very close to the finish line on this project. And our board was very supportive to see this project through, and we couldn't be happier. So that leads me to the present day, that when I walked in here earlier, I could not believe how awesome this building is. And so many of you have been in there, those of you that haven't, you are going to be amazed. The last time I came through, the ceiling was literally collapsing. They had beams holding it up. There was this pool in the back. I don't know actually what it was used for. Maybe for oil. I don't know what it was used for. Oil changes possibly. I am telling you, this building was falling down around itself. And to see it today is extraordinary. What an achievement for everyone that contributed to the success of this project. Now let's talk about the future real quickly. I always say that things, often are a win-win, and I'm going to say this project is a win-win-win. This is a win for the students who are going to have the opportunity to go through here. This is a pathway to prosperity for them. As Dr. DeRay said, it's more than just a living wage. It's being able to provide for their families, put a roof over their head, put gas in the tank of their vehicles. It is changing lives. It's also a win for employers, because as has already been mentioned, many of the programs that are here are those in-demand programs where employers cannot find enough skilled folks to do those jobs. And third, it's a win for this community, for this region, because you are going to continue to grow. And I've had the opportunity to visit now over the past several years, and I just continue to see this investment in the future for this region. And I will say Buena Vista because Dr. DeRay, I've had a chance to be here a few times and I have learned that. So to Mountain Gateway Community College, to this entire community, to Dr. John Raioni and all of the Mountain Gateway Community College faculty, staff, and folks who made this possible, I say congratulations. And I can't wait to come back through here the next time and see people actually working on diesel engines and welding in the welding bays and taking advantage of all that this place has to offer. And congratulations. Thank you.
Now I have the pleasure of introducing John Stone. As a native and lifelong resident of the Allegheny Highlands, John Stone graduated from Allegheny County High School in 1973. He's a proud alumnus of Dabney S. Lancaster Community College, class of 1975, and went on to earn his degree in business administration from Virginia Tech in 1977. Following graduation, John began a long and successful career with Nationwide Insurance as an agent and owner, a role for which he retired a few years ago. John is an active member of Temple Baptist Church, where he serves as a deacon. His commitment to community service is evident through his involvement with several organizations beside Mountain Gateway Community College, including the Allegheny Highlands Kiwanis Club, where he previously served as president. He's a past board president of the Mountain Gateway Community College Educational Foundation and now serves as chair of the Mountain Gateway Community College Real Estate Foundation Board. Please help me welcome John Stone.
I'll be brief. I told Dr. Dore not only did he bring the pronunciation Buena Vista, but he brought Arizona weather with him, so we got to get this going. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to stand here before you today on behalf of the Mountain Gateway Community College Real Estate Foundation. This is a proud moment, not just for the board, but for the entire region. The Joe Wilson Workforce Center is a result of vision, partnership, and perseverance. When our foundation accepted the generous gift of the building from Joe Wilson, we did so with the belief that it could become something transformative. Today, that belief comes reality. This center will train the next generation of skilled workers, people who will build our homes, keep our engines running, care for our families, and grow our economy. It represents our foundation's core purpose to support Mountain Gateway and to invest in projects that make a tangible difference in our communities. On behalf of the entire board, I want to thank Joe Wilson for his extraordinary generosity and unwavering belief in the power of education. I also want to recognize the donors, public partners, college staff, and contractors who brought this vision to life. And Dr. Ranoni, your diligence and commitment to this project has not gone unnoticed. The impact of this project will be measured not just in square footage or equipment, but in the lives changed, the careers launched, and the future strengthened. Thank you all for being with us today to celebrate this important milestone. Thank you.
Only 2 hours left. I'm kidding. Now I get to introduce the man of the hour. You can learn more about Joe Wilson reading the program or visiting his commemorative plaque that's located in the foyer. Joe Wilson, above all, is a devoted family man. His wife, Mary, their children and grandchildren are the heart of his life and his greatest source of pride. While Joe's business achievements and generous philanthropic contributions to numerous organizations across Virginia are remarkable, they are eclipsed by his deep love, values, and legacy he has cultivated within his family and friends. His success as a husband, father, grandfather, friend truly defines who he is. We are deeply honored that Joe Wilson chose to support our organization, and we are proud to be considered even a small part of his extended family. His belief in our mission means the world to us, and his generosity and friendship are truly treasured. Please help me welcome Joe Wilson.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rayoni. The community college system has played an important role in my life. And I'll tell you a quick, short story. I was working in Richmond, and they had just opened a new community college by the name of J. Sargent Reynolds Community College. And I decided that I was going to take business law at that new community college. And the routine was that you would show up at room so-and-so at 7 p.m., and you had to have 5 students in that room for that class to move forward. Well, I showed up at the room and sat there for a while and realized I was the only person in there. Even the professor didn't show up. So there came a gentleman at the door, and he said to me, "What class are you here for?" I said, "Business law." He said, "Ain't gonna happen. You don't have enough students. I need you next door." I said, "What for?" He said, "I've got 4 students in my class, and I need 5, and you're gonna be number 5. I said, "Well, I'm not interested in, what course is that?" And he said, "Political science." I said, "I'm not interested in political science." He said, "I don't care. I just need you here tonight. I don't care if you don't show back up." So I said, "Okay." So I went over to the room next door. I walked in the room, and there were 4 ladies in there. And I sat down behind this very attractive red-headed girl. And I'm thinking to myself, this ain't too bad. So after 3 or 4 classes, I did come back. I got up the nerve to say to the class at the end of the class, "Let's go down to so-and-so and grab a beer after class." "Well, I got children at home." And this red-headed girl said, "I'll go." So she ended up going, and it was about a year or so later we were married. So that's how I met my wife. Now, I'll try to be brief. 75 years ago, this was Roby Motor Company. They sold Ford cars. And one of the big deals in Buena Vista was to come down here for the unveiling of the new Fords each year. And they would take the cover off, and you have these shiny new Fords. My dad would bring me down here when I was 6 or 7 years old for that unveiling. So I go back a few years with Roby Motor Company. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I've seen some old friends, met some old friends here, and that's wonderful. On behalf of my wife, Mary, and myself, we're just proud to be a part of this dedication. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
So, as we sort of look to the end of this celebration, really I want to talk about the heart of today's celebration is the spirit of generosity. The belief that by investing in others, we elevate our entire community. It is my honor to recognize the more than 130 donors who made the Joe Wilson Workforce Center a reality. This project would not have moved forward without the extraordinary vision and generosity of our top partners, and I just want to recognize a couple of them. Let me recognize the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration, whose $3 million investment provided the critical infrastructure to launch a 21st century workforce training hub. Many individuals played a role in securing this grant, and we're grateful for your belief in the college and region. This was a COVID grant, was written in my kitchen during COVID. However, and this is the part with the Radcliffe Foundation, it was the very first gift we received that truly served as the catalyst for everything that followed. The Philip E. and Carol R. Radcliffe Foundation provided us the initial $400,000 gift, enabling us to partner with Joe Wilson to acquire the building. That first gift led to 3 subsequent donations totaling over $1 million. I can say with certainty we would not be here without the early and steadfast support of Carlene Cassidy and the Board of Directors of the Radcliffe Foundation. Thank you for your transformative commitment. Of course, we offer our deepest gratitude to Mr. Joe Wilson. Joe, your generous donation laid the cornerstone, literally and symbolically, for what we celebrate today. Your lifelong dedication to hard work and community continues to inspire us, and we're proud to forever link your name with opportunity, innovation, and transformation. We're also immensely grateful to the many other donors, foundations, government partners, and community friends, including those transformational gifts from the Rockbridge Oddfellows Lodge number 58, USDA Rural Development, and the Virginia Department of Housing and Community Development. Each of these partners played a vital role in bringing this center to life. All donors are recognized in your program. This project is a shining example of regional collaboration. I'm particularly proud of our 3 local governments, not only contributed financially, but supported the vision fully from concept to completion. To the city of Lexington and Rockbridge County, thank you for your unwavering support. And to the city of Buena Vista, words cannot fully express our appreciation. From securing grants and offering strategic guidance to providing financial backing, you've been an essential partner at every step. A special thank you to City Manager Jason Tyree, Director of Community Development Tom Roberts, Director of Economic Development Christina Ramsey, and Alan McMahon, the building official. In honor of your leadership and partnership, we've placed a plaque in the main lobby recognizing your dedication, leadership, collaborative spirit, and strategic assistance. Thank you so much. We're also honoring a remarkable individual who has championed this project from day one, Skip Ramsey. Skip, yes. There you are, I knew you were there. Skip, your generous support through Ramsey Real Estate, your personal dedication, and your tireless community leadership have left a lasting mark. In appreciation, a special plaque inside the building recognizes your enduring commitment to Buena Vista and to the Workforce Center. Thank you. Thank you to K&A Contracting and Spectrum Design for your work in making this space functional and beautiful. Special thank you to Jay Williams, who served as our man on the ground during construction, attending meetings, representing the college, and keeping the project on track. Thank you. I want to finally, and not really finally, but finally, I want to acknowledge someone whose contribution cannot be measured in dollars, but in time, dedication, and heart, to Billy Old. You know I have to pick on you, right? Billy, a local boy who volunteered hundreds of hours, he spent the money after I raised it And that was the joke, was how much money did he spend today after I raised it? He brought vision, insight, and relentless commitment to this project. And you heard Carlene that Billy was here many more days than I was here, pulling wire and cable and everything else. In recognition of his extraordinary service, the Board of Directors of the Mountain Gateway Community College Real Estate Foundation has named the canopy area to my right in his honor. And a plaque there reads in part, "In grateful recognition for your unwavering dedication, passion, and vision. You championed every step of this project with integrity, heart, and purpose." Thank you. As I close, and I do mean as I close, and before everybody goes away, thanks to the Chamber of Commerce, we're going to literally cut the ribbon. So I'm going to ask everybody on the stage to come over there to cut the ribbon. And then please, there's self-guided tours and there's a lot of food. We are not taking food home with us, so please stay and have lunch. Let me return where I began, with sincere thanks to the more 130 donors who made this project possible. Your gifts, large and small, have helped turn an ambitious idea into a transformational community resource. And there's still time to become a 131 donor, or 132. I already got one this morning. If you would like a brick, okay? There are brick flyers all over the place. We also take checks. So on behalf of Mountain Gateway Community College, our students, and the entire region, we thank you. Your investment is not just in building, but in people, potential, and the promise of a stronger workforce and a greater community. Please join me in a well-deserved round of applause for all our volunteers and all our donors. And now we'll cut the ribbon.